Yo, what's happening, guys? Welcome to the channel. I am Stevie, the military biker, and with me tonight is the one and only coalition crew. To my, what side is this? The other way around. That side over there. Over there is the one and only Canadian vet rider, aka John, and down below me, right there, is the one and only Marine rider, aka Grant. What's happening, boys? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hanging in there, trying to stay warm like you guys up north.
Yeah, Ryan, that's for sure. Welcome. Well, I will quickly say I'm not going to go through the whole side chat to say hello to everybody, but everybody that's watching at home in the side chat right now, good evening, guys. Welcome to the channel, and thanks very much for watching. So we'll get straight into this because we all are here for one reason and one reason only, and that would be to speak to this guy, the one and only. Oh, hang on, I pressed the wrong button. Alan from Advan Black. Hey, Al, how are you doing?
Ready? How are you guys doing?
Doing well, mate. How are you?
Yeah, doing good here. It's nighttime, 6 p.m. over here. Well, thanks for having me here. Very excited.
Welcome, mate.
On YouTube with you guys. So
yeah,
you have to take me along.
No worries. Well, listen, we appreciate you having on. It's also nighttime for us as well. It's 7 minutes past 7 p.m. For us Canadians here in freezing cold, fucking Alice in Wonderland. And Grant, I think it's what, 9 o'clock for you, mate, over there?
Yep. 9 o'clock here on the glorious East Coast.
Wow.
Very happy to see all you guys here because, like, I think when I mentioned that I'm going to be on this channel with Steve, I didn't know that John and Grant are here, and when I find out, I'm like,
surprise!
This is great. Awesome. Good to see you.
Yeah.
I think the last time I met you guys was in Sturgis. That's the first time we actually met in person.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good time.
You guys had a hell of a time over there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
You could say that. Say again, bud?
So that's
Grant?
putting it lightly.
Yeah, that is putting it lightly. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we had an absolutely amazing time, and it was what a show, what a place, and what a place to go and see two friends that you hadn't really met before. Because we hadn't met up until that point. I'd met John once previous to that, but yeah, it was Grant and I's first time in seeing each other. So yeah, it was amazing, and like we'd known each other for years, boys. It's exactly what it was.
Yeah, hit the ground running, man.
Yeah. So what about you, Al? How long did you spend over in Sturgis? Were you there for a couple of days, weren't you? Or were you there for a whole
there 2 days overall. I think it's 4 days, including the travel time. But at the event, it was 2 days. I wish I was there longer, but among other things, I had to go.
Yeah. Well, you're a busy man.
Very good time. Met a lot of customers over there. A lot of people came say hi, and I'm surprised a lot of people know us and actually went there to see us and talk to one of us.
Yeah,
pretty enjoyable time.
Yeah, it was.
Wish to go back next year, definitely.
Well, we'll get into that later on. Actually, we've got a few questions. If you don't mind us throwing a few questions at you, mate, and they'll questions.
Well, why don't I start with my questions first?
No, hey, that's a good. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's mix it up.
Go ahead. I'll have you get take the lead.
All right. Well, we could always mix it up. Mixing stuff up is always good.
Of course, yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. I mean, we've got quite a few people in the side chat already commenting and stuff like that. So, guys, what I will say, there's a few people that you probably know actually in the side.
I know, here, like Bert over there from Beggars and Brews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys from the UK and from all the way out.
Probably holding a beer in his hand anyway. He probably finished.
Well, we all are.
He probably finished 3 cans before he joined join our session. Yeah,
probably. Well, as I always do, before we start any sort of live streams, I always go around the room and ask everybody, to sort of what they're drinking, as it were. So I'll start first. I'm drinking tonight the old Yellow Jacket. If you're from Montana, and Yellowstone, you'll know what that is. It's Coors Original in Canada for whatever reason. It's, you guys know, it's Coors Banquet down south, as it were. So yeah, I don't know why it's the difference. I honestly don't know why. If anybody knows why, tell me, please, because it tastes the same, it looks the same. It's just got original where Banquet lives for whatever reason. I have no idea, honestly. John,
I'm drinking Tito's and soda tonight.
Oh, Tito's
Vodka.
Oh, right, okay.
Wow.
American vodka. There you go. Texas vodka.
Yeah, that's right. It is. Yeah.
Wow. Grant.
So I got an old fashioned right here that I mixed up earlier today. So with Jefferson bourbon.
Nice.
Wow, nice. That's a good one.
ID.
Well, sorry, I don't have anything with me besides water because I'm still at work.
Hey, that's all right, Al. That's no problem, mate.
I drive home later, so
that's all good. Well,
I gotta be sober to handle all the questions, right?
I suppose, yeah. Well, you could look at it the opposite way. You could absolutely be drunk to answer these questions. To be fair,
yeah.
Some of them anyway.
Pretty much.
Right. Well, let's get into it. If it's all right with you, mate, we'll smash straight through these questions, and then once we're done, we'll open it up to the floor to the guys in side chat. If they want to come onto the show, they can, they've got questions for you. They can come on if that's cool with you. And then we'll run it from there. So let me ask you this one. It's basically, could you just introduce yourself, mate, and give us a little bit of a history of Advan Black and how you started and stuff.
Sure. Well, Advan Black as a company started, I think, back in 2015, 16-ish. Been here for a few years. I think we started out try to offer some good quality products because I think there's in the market there's so many choices, right? Like sometimes people get confused, and there's so many choices. They don't know where to go. If you go to Harley Davidson, of course, the quality is top notch, but you pay a premium. And if you go to aftermarket, a lot of time you buy like car stuff. If you say a few bucks and then you get something that's not good, especially when you deal with paint, right? You gotta have to take it to the custom shop. You never work with them. You don't know what happened. You pay, even if the paint job is good, right? Like you pay like like $700 for a set of bags to be painted, and go home. You put it on for 2 months. It breaks. And all that money just go down the drain. So we saw the opportunity to come in and offer quality products with the paint color match. And basically, our goal is to, I think everybody should have be able to customize their bike the way they want it, and they shouldn't break their bank, along the way. So we set out doing that and try to do color match, and we work on paint, work on the color, try to perfect every single color that we offer. And then over the year, we just add more and more colors. And then we started with tour pack and cell packs, and then we added more and more parts, so that now at the point we can offer like the parts for the whole bike. So if you haven't noticed, we just started offering the color swap bundle. So it took a while for us to get there, but I think we're at the point where everybody should be able to change the color of their bike.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Yeah, absolutely not. Guys, what do you think to that? What do you think to the change of color of your bike? Why not?
It's a good product. I mean, we're all big fans. Obviously, we all use the product. I have fenders and bags and side panels, and and I'll tell you, the color match is bang on. Like you're not going to find a better color match out there for sure.
Yeah, and I think we have a group of people really like bikes and like working on bikes. That look at Stephen Houston, right? Look at that channel. Like he started like using our products like very early on, and then to the point that we actually work for the company.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have a lot of people behind the scenes that work on the products, and especially like the color department. We really take our time to make sure that we perfect the colors, and making sure that every year we add more colors to our palettes. And then also we're trying to create more custom styles, like airbrush stuff. We're actually working on some new designs, which I am still hiding in the behind the curtain, but it's gonna look really like we're really proud of the work for the guys out there.
That's outstanding, man.
Yeah,
I look forward to seeing them. So, what you touched on the colors there, and I'll back John's comment up there. I think your color match stuff is just it's second to none. It really is. It is bang on. It really is. But how many? Just for those that don't know, how many colors do you do for color matching? I think it's 95 plus. Or
I
something
think
like
for original, just the color match, just the plain colors, we have like over 80.
Wow.
Somewhere between 80 to 90. We add 5-6 colors a year, but we also have airbrush colors. If you add those, it'll be over 90.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah,
that's a lot, man.
Yeah, I would say to piggyback off of John and Steve, that what you talked about earlier is the affordability, and for what you get, in the grand scheme of things, compared to what you would pay at Harley for pretty much, like they said, spot on color match. I know I'm running with Vivid Black, and that's probably a little bit easier of a color match comparison to Steve and John's bikes, but I'm pleased with the product. I mean, it's top, it's dead on, and the quality's been there, and it was an easy, and you guys, make it easy for that install to do within your own garage, even if you're not mechanically inclined. I mean, it's not a hard gig to put that stuff together. So,
no.
Right. I think our three core values that we bring to the customers are easy to install, right? The quality for the products and the color match. We really focus on these three areas, and I want to drive home the point that we're trying to make it affordable, not by making the product cheap. I think just by working really hard with the supply chain and making sure that we can mass produce them, because we spend a lot of time, especially the last 2 years, as we ramp up our volume. We expand our capacities with the paint factories, and making sure that every color that we do, we can do it in batch and with the consistency. So that's how we can bring the cost down. Compare if you bring it to a shop, and a lot of these guys do really fantastic job, but when you're doing a job at a time, it just takes a lot of time, and you have to pay a lot of attention and figure out the paint that would match the bike, and it just costs a lot more to do it that way. So we really focus on our processes and supply chain to actually bring the cost down. Also logistics too, because we stock a lot of items over here in our warehouse. So not only could we bring the cost down from the shipping standpoint, we also reduce a lot of shipping time. So we're trying to stock more and more items that we regularly ship. So I think this year our goal is to stock at least 80% of the product that we actually ship. So as you know, for a custom order, even if you bring it to a shop, easily takes a few weeks to paint, right?
Yeah.
It also depends on how busy they are, and that's the same thing for us. Between sending the orders to our factory, manufacturing, get the parts out, paint it, and ship it out takes 4 to 6 weeks normally. For an item that we have in stock, we get the order today, we ship it tomorrow. It gets you in 3 days, 3 to 5 days, depending on where you are in the country, right? So that's the significant amount of time. The 4 weeks that you're waiting, could be the 4 weeks you're actually out enjoying and riding with your friends, and that's 4 weeks to 6 weeks is half of the summer right there.
Yeah. Not unless you live in Canada, mate, where we don't get a summer. It's 3 weeks.
Right. So I say the shipping time is a big thing for us right now. So I would advise anybody who wants to look for something, call us, or check on the stock, the status with the inventory. If it is in stock, just place the order, man. Just place the order. It's otherwise it'll be gone, and wait for 4 to 6 weeks.
So let me ask you, obviously, this next one, if that's all right, mate. So obviously, for those that don't know where you are, where your actually warehouse is based, and obviously where your manufacturing your manufacturing factories are and stuff, you touch on that for us?
Yeah, our headquarters is in Pomona, California. So that's in the greater LA, Los Angeles area for the past few years. We do manufacture most of our products overseas, in China, southern China. Actually, I do want to mention that I think there's a lot of misconception from people to say that when products are made of China. We're not trying to hide that, like people are made, parts are made out of the country, but we do put in a lot of like QA and QC, making sure that products are actually meeting our standards, and we put a lot of control on our supply chain, make sure that they actually make the parts according to our specs, and we do replace them if they don't meet our standards. So. Yeah, so we do have a facility over there. There's like 2 hours away from a facility that makes parts for Harley.
Oh wow!
So yeah, we know where they are. But yeah, so I think we really focus on making sure the qualities are there. A lot of parts we actually made our own mold to produce, to make sure that we choose the material that we put in the products, and fitments, and also thickness, and and other specs.
Well, that's it. It doesn't matter where something's made. Like you said, you touched on it. The quality assurance side of life is, and the logistics, the ILS, the Q and A, the QA, and all that sort of stuff is vital to a successful company. And obviously, your quality assurance is clearly high. Your logistics is clearly high. So I don't think it matters. It could be made in the USA, mate, and you still get the odd issue every now and again. So it doesn't really matter where your parts and products are from, at all. It's the output and the product at the end of it that's the difference, I think.
Yeah, you can definitely see the quality and the QC, because when I received everything, and you guys are very transparent about, hey, check it out. Yeah. You do your own inspection on it. If it doesn't meet your inspection, let us know within a certain time frame, and we'll correct it. And I really embrace that type of company, because you guys are willing to correct that if there's something's off.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. That's a really appreciate that. I think I'm not gonna lie. Like we do, have issues sometimes, problems, mistakes, like a lot of companies would have, but we try to fix them. We stand behind our products and make sure that customers are taken care of. So I'll give you an example, like a certain percentage, like maybe 3-5%. I don't have the correct number, but a certain percentage, the customer get it and they're like, "Oh, it's not a complete match." And go first off, it depends on the year of your bike. Because like we paint it to a code. We don't have a piece from your bike to look at and try to match it, right?
Or a 20 years in the sunshine to put on a new product.
A little bit of fade out there.
So we try to paint to code as close as possible, right? To the factory color. But when you put it on your bike, depends on the year, depends on what you did to the bike. It can be off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. That's just the way it is. So, but in those cases, customer contact us. We'd be like, okay, well, send us a few pictures, put it together under the sun. We look at it. Does it have to be darker, lighter, right? Try to figure it out, and we'll make it. We'll make another one and ship it to them. Yeah. So that's on us. Right. We don't say, you know what, like this is not our fault, so you're gonna have to deal with it. No, we tell them, hey, you know what, we're gonna try to do a better job.
So that was going to be one of my questions later, or one of our questions later on, is how do you improve things after customer reviews or complaints, or and obviously, do you get to see these if somebody goes fucking absolutely crazy with they're not happy with it at all, which is probably slim 9 times out of 10. Do you get to see that, Alan? Obviously, the customer reviews and stuff. What's your sort of your after action review, if you like, of that type of thing?
Well, we try to listen to the customer, right, and see if the complaints is valid, right? So is it something that is our product, or is it something that has to do with the bike or the way that it was used? Yeah. We try to listen, like, with an open mind. We don't try to point a finger first and be defensive. We listen, and we're like, okay, we look at our product to see, okay, well, is this a flaw, right? This is something that we can work on, and if we think that this is something that we can improve, we'll try to work on it. Because a lot of time you probably don't notice, like from time to time we update our product, even if it's the same product. Like if you get it like the year ago, or compared to now, if you get it now, there is improvement. So there may be an area that we have, added some thickness or, kind of like configuration. That's, just give you an example. We just changed the way our tour pack latch work. So we kind of like redesigned the whole thing and change it so that it'll lock more securely. And that's because over the past year or so, we've been hearing customers saying that, okay, well, it opens sometimes for no reason. And I mean, it doesn't. It's not a very frequent incident, but we've heard it, and we look at it and we verify. Okay, well, it does happen for some of them.
Yeah.
So we ended up we designing the latch, and we make another one that we are confident that is a lot more secure than the other ones. They look the same, but you wouldn't know, like if you bought it now and you don't have any problem, you didn't know that we did anything to it, but we did.
Wow. That's crazy to hear you say that. I mean, both myself, John and Grant have all got your tour pack in some sort of form. And I've never had an issue with it. I guarantee the guys haven't had an issue with it either, to be fair.
That's been great so far. I've used it on a couple of trips already. One moto camping trip, loaded that thing down, and if it met my expectations.
Yeah, what I want to say is just if anything that doesn't meet your expectation, just let us know, give us a chance to fix it. I know a lot of people, some people, they may be like, okay, well, I get it. And then for some reason they found out that it's made in China, right? And then they're like, oh, okay, well, and then they find some issue with it, like whatever it is, they're like, okay, well, this is crap because it came from China, blah, blah, blah. And then they just stop like doing business with us.
Wow. So they're like looking for an issue that's not there, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that. I mean, like a lot of crap parts, unfortunately actually came from China. So
wow.
Yeah. So you already got that stigma that you're battling right off the get go.
Well, I think ultimately it relies on a company who actually all the product. So so I would say that just let us know if there's anything that doesn't meet your expectation. Just let us, fix it. And I think that's where we come from, right? Like, being here, that's why we have so many products over here stock in the warehouse. That's so that we can actually make replacements as soon as possible if there's anything happen with the products.
That's good to hear, mate, because most companies would just that are out there. You buy something, you receive it, it's not good enough, or you think it's not good enough for whatever reason. It's just like, and then you try and get your money back or whatever. It's like, no, sorry, you've bought it, and that's that. Whereas you guys are the complete opposite to that. You've got a whole R&D division, I would suggest, doing improving stuff constantly, which is great, man. That's what makes you guys stand out.
We have like 10 bikes that we have in the R&D department that we use for test fitting the parts, product development. So we actually test all of them like until they work before we actually put it out to the market.
Jesus. Oh, there you go. That's awesome. I never knew that. Jeez.
And if you guys want, I can start posting more of our bikes on our IG, and so you can see like what kind of stuff we're working on.
That'd be awesome, man. That'd be great to see the sort of behind the scenes. Yeah,
I'd be interested to know, like, leave a comment here if you guys, interested to see like what kind of stuff that you like to see on the IG. I can post more.
That'd be cool to see. I think the sort of behind the scenes R&D side of life would be cool to see. I mean, I'd like to see it. That's for sure.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I like to see the bikes broken apart and everything.
That'd be
wires.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be cool. So let me ask you this: what got you into the motorcycle business, and how did you get started in the industry?
Well, I wasn't here when the company started, so we have team of people in the company. I didn't run it myself, but unfortunately, I wasn't there when it started. I joined the company 4 years ago, and well, because I like bikes.
Yeah.
So, but I can tell you a little bit about the history of the company. I think we are a company with a group of people who really like motorcycles. So and we just want to have the options to customize our bikes, and we understand the cost it takes for most people and the hassles that we have to go through. Right, a lot of time you're sourcing for parts and you don't know if it works, and you know, you have to shell out like, you know, $1,000, and you know, you have to deal with the fitment and stuff, and then you can't do it yourself. You bring it to a shop, and the shop guys couldn't help you. Like all that kind of crap, right? That go through the bike, and at the end of the day, you just want to go out and enjoy and, you know, ride and have fun with your friends, and you know, hopefully look cool, you know, along the way, right? So with
well,
that,
I think you're helping with that.
With that in mind, we just want to do something about it, right? We want to make some parts that we can use and be able to offer nice colors and not having to deal with like all these uncertainties. I want to make sure that my money actually works for me,
Yeah,
and not the other way around, right? So that's kind of how the process went in, you know, in creating the company. Yeah.
well, it's interesting to hear you talk about it. It is, because you know, a good base for any motorcycle company is a base of guys that like motorcycles. Let's be honest, you know. So that's a good start, for sure.
I've always like fascinated with the bike industry, like, you know, especially Harley, such an iconic brand, you know, American brand, and it's just nice to be, you know, part of it.
Yeah.
We didn't set out to, you know, to think like, okay, we're gonna compete with like who, or like, you know, becomes, you know, somebody in the industry. We just simply just wanted to take part and offer some great products.
Well, I think you're doing that, mate. That's. I think you've definitely hit the nail on the head with that so far. That's for sure.
Well, and we've got a great team, so I'm fortunate enough to work with the team behind the scene. You know, who are working day in and day out. Trying to work on the parts and test fit, and you know, figure out different options. So I think the first few years was trying to get in the door, right, to offer parts that people already know about. So I think moving forward, we're trying to explore like new stuff that we actually come up with that we like, and hopefully, you know, more people will like as well.
Well, Grant, do you want to take on this one? Being an old Triumph owner.
That's a good question.
Yeah, so I know you guys have you know, lined up with Harley mainly, and then you're starting to get into that Indian industry as well. Are you guys going to branch out into other manufacturers down the road, or you solely focused on Indian and Harley?
I think that's a possibility, but I think our core knowledge is in the Harley and Indians. We're still learning about Indians because like most of our guys are just Harley guys, but we appreciate both. You know, like both are great American brands. They all make great bikes that people love. I can tell you that though, we're trying to branch out to more different platforms in the Harley brand. Like we've been focusing a lot on the touring, and now we're trying to do more on the soft tail, like lowrider S, lowrider ST type of platforms to offer more products for the people that are looking at our products and be like, gosh, you know, I wish they do this for soft tail, and they're like, you know, I just want to make sure that you guys know that, hey, you know what, like we love all of the bike platforms, you know, and we haven't got to it yet. So moving forward, you're gonna start seeing more parts for lowrider S and, you know, other soft tail.
That was kind of my reserve about buying an Indian, was the lack of aftermarket companies that support Indian. And so the dealership network and then the aftermarket just wasn't there. And that's that's why I went with the direction of Harley, because, you know, companies like yours that are third-party companies that support, you know, the Harley brand, and you know, hopefully Indian, you know, maybe one day we'll play catch up with aftermarket companies.
Right. I mean, like, if you look at the both platform, right? Like, there's not a lot of like good reputable aftermarket parts you can choose from. You know, of course, if you go on eBay and Amazon, there are a bunch of parts that you can just buy, you know, under $200, $100. But like, yeah, I mean, like $200 probably is not a lot for a lot of people, right? There's just like buy it, try it, see how it works. But if you actually have to pay to paint it, like that's another, you know, $600-700. And if the part doesn't, you know, match up, then you waste all that paint as well. So, so yeah, but not to say that we don't want to branch off to a lot of like, you know, other brands as well. It's just that there are so many more that we can do with the Harley platform that we still putting a lot of focus in it. We want to make sure that we're focused on one thing at a time and not being too diluted and kind of
kind of the analogy of going to a restaurant that has this massive menu, but nothing really is that good on, because they're trying to fix so many different type of meals of different platters and stuff, where you go to one restaurant that has like one sheet's very small menu, but they're so laser focused on what they create. It turns out to be a great dinner, a great meal, great breakfast, whatever.
Exactly.
I really do kind of like that.
Yeah, we can be like motorcycle parts supermarket, but we don't really want to be that, because we're about, you know, really like making sure every product that we offer would actually work well, and that we put time into every product that we make, and we just don't want to bring in like too many things on the plate without knowing too much about them. That being said, I think we will try to offer more accessories along on the side, so that people who like us, who like our products, when they buy something and need something else, like, you know, we're probably not going to offer tools, but, you know, for example, right, if you go to Home Depot and you try to buy something and you pick up some screws, and just, you know, a screwdriver, you know, you buy a lawnmower and then you pick up like a hammer along the way, it'd be nice too, right? So which accessories, so people have, like, you know, to make their shopping experience easier, so they don't have to come here, buy a part, and then, you know, go to a bunch of other places to get, like, you know, other smaller stuff. But those are, to us, it's just like, you know, ice on a cake. It's not gonna be like, we're not gonna flood our whole website with a bunch of like 100 to 200 different like accessory parts. We'll add what we think that makes sense to make it easier for customers to, you know, to finish their build, stuff like that.
So John, do you want to take this one?
So I think you've already touched on this, but what is your favorite motorcycle brand and bike?
I would have to say Harley. It's just, you know, the history, the ride, the sounds, and the recognition. Like, the respect you get from people, right? Like when you're riding on the street and people look at you and be like, that's a nice bike, because, you know, Harley, like, for a lot of people, even if they don't have one, you know, if you're you know, if you know somebody, if your dad or whoever in your family riding one, you always look up to them, right?
Oh yeah.
And they look at you and they're like, okay, that's the Harley, and they kind of turn their hat. So I kind of enjoy that moment when people look at me when I ride by. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, like, I haven't really gotten a sport bike, but I do like sport bikes. So if I have to choose a different brand, I may go with the Ducati.
There you go. There you go.
Jesus.
but yeah, I mean, nothing can replace Harley. I think that's always my favorite.
It's weird because to touch on what you were just saying there, Al, it was when I was a kid. It was almost like you'd see a Harley Davidson roll down the street, especially in the UK. Because growing up in the UK, you don't see that many Harley Davidsons, and when you did see one, it was almost like Jesus riding a golden stallion down the road. It was
looking for a unicorn.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh my God, there's a Harley Davidson. And sort of every time we'd go on a holiday or whatever, and we'd see a bike, every single time my dad would always be like, look, lad, there's a Harley Davidson. Let's go and take a picture next to Harley. And I think when I finally got over to North America and the vastness of North America and the amount of Harley Davidsons over here was just unbelievable to me. And it's like a whole different planet over here than from Europe to here. I mean, Germany. I spent 18 years in Germany with the army, and the Germans have a lot of Harley Davidsons. They've got a big Harley culture over there, but it's nothing like over here in North America. But yeah, it's almost like it's a mystical being, as it were.
Yeah. It's just something that you feel when you ride a Harley, and just like you have an instant bond, or with the people right away. Like you see on the road, you see another Harley rider, like automatically, like there's a brotherhood right there. Like they'll wave at you and they'll come up and say hi, and all of a sudden you feel like you just have a bunch of like friends on the road with you.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, professional monkeys on his. He says,
"Hey, monkey,
flight is about to take off from Argentina."
Thanks for showing up, man, monkey.
Yeah, safe flight, mate.
Great trip.
Jesus.
Safe and
Germans love V-rods. They do. Yeah, that's another comment in there. Germans do love V-rods.
It's a brave man, Ducati, brave man. Do you have to be brave to be on a Ducati? I don't know.
It depends what it is. If it's a Ducati Monster, I think you got to be a brave man. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's scream, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Al, what's your favorite part of your job, mate? Being the CEO of Advan Black in North America, what's your favorite part of your job? And I don't mean part as in a fender or something or whatever, but what's your favorite part of your job?
All parts of it. I mean, like just doing what I do. Like, for example, like if I'm not doing this, like I wouldn't be meeting you guys, like all these great guys, like yourselves, right? And being able to meet a lot of friends in the industry, learning a lot, knowledge about bikes and mechanics, things that I didn't know before, and just the learning process is great. It's like really fulfilling. Like every day you're learning something new, working on new products, making new friendship, right? And then being able to go out there to rallies and ride my bike and tell people, hey, you know what? I actually made the parts for this. So
that's pretty cool, to be fair.
Practice what you preach, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't make them, but being able to tell people that our company actually produces these parts. It's great feeling. Yeah.
It's got to be good too, because your job never gets stale, right? Like the bikes are always changing, parts are always changing, colors are always changing. Yeah. So you keep you on your toes a bit, so that's good.
And it just keep us busy. We have to think about, okay, well, what's the next color? What's the next part? How do we make the part better? Why are we getting all these complaints? What can we do about it? Just keep you engaged all the time, keeping you busy, and whenever we get a compliment, that's the biggest rewards.
Yeah, I imagine you get a lot of compliments, mate, because what you do. We've said it several times now. You guys do make some great products, you really do, and I love the stuff that I've got on my bike. I know John and Grant love the stuff that they've got on theirs as well. So, it's you're obviously doing something right, mate. So that's good to know. Grant, do you want to do this one?
Sure.
Tough one.
Yeah. So what's the number one seller of products at Advan Black?
Well, I'll let you take a guess.
I'm going to go with saddlebags.
Close. That's close. Close enough.
Tour pack.
Yeah, exactly. Tour pack.
Tour pack. Really? That doesn't surprise me, actually.
by far the most popular items that we sell because I think that's what most people know us from is when they look for a tour pack.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Surprisingly, because I wouldn't know until I actually look at the data. I'm like, everybody buys a tour pack. So
or two.
Yeah,
or two. I think just the nature of touring bikes and people, ride it cross country, go for long trips, and everybody needs a tour pack. Like, eventually, and they start looking. They're like, okay, well, I don't want to pay $3,000 for my Harley.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay $200 from Amazon and have to pay, and then having all of
right.
stuff fly out the freeway. So they end up finding us, and then they buy one. They come back later and they're like, okay, well, tour pack works really well. What else do I need? Right? They're like, okay, well, I want a bigger saddlebags, and then they're like, okay, well, let me change out the rear end then. Now that I have the saddlebags, and then just one thing leads to another, and it becomes our customer.
Yeah. Well, Busted Knuckles says there he still needs a tour pack. So a tour pack, Busted, you can go onto the Advan Black website, mate, and get either the Chopped, the King, or the Razor, and everything you need to go with it just to fire it straight on your bike, mate.
Right.
And it's color matched.
Yeah.
Call us.
I would say this too, like the word of mouth with you guys. So, I bought the tour pack. Then my buddy, he was like, hey, man, what do you think? And I was like, dude, it's everything that you asked for. I went down to Harley just because I worked there I teach motorcycle safety classes at my local Harley dealer. So I get a nice employee discount there. And then I asked him, I was like, can you price out from top to bottom, everything included, with the luggage rack and everything with the tour pack? Can you price that out for me? Come back $1,600, man. And I was like,
Christ.
I was like, yeah, that's a hard no right now. And then, I just wanted to know what they were priced at, already knowing what direction I wanted to go, but I just wanted that peace of mind for myself. And then I ordered mine from you, Alan. And then my buddy, same, like identical twin of my bike, was like, hey, man, he's like, how is it? I was like, it's amazing. It's everything that, they said it would be. And so, like an hour later, he ordered his and got his within a couple days as well. And I mean, the shipping was phenomenal to go from the West Coast to the East Coast. Of course, we're Vivid Black, so probably the most sought after. But
half of our stock are probably Vivid Black. So if you have Vivid Black, then you're one of the lucky ones. So because most of the time we're able to ship it out right away.
Yeah, quick turnaround.
Yeah. That's what I want to quickly mention. And John, you'll probably back me up here. Is the shipping time? I was extremely surprised at how quick the parts arrive. It just it is rapid.
Yeah,
it's so quick.
I travel quite a bit, and I have to, if I'm ordering parts from you, I have to actually think about it because I've gotten parts like a couple of days later, and I'm in Canada. So I have to be making sure I'm home. And it's
right.
It's fast.
Right.
It's the fastest shipping I've seen. Yeah,
even with Canada Post.
Yeah, you may be surprised but Canada is actually takes pretty short to get to Canada.
Yeah.
I suppose if you're on the West Coast and we're on the West Coast of Canada as well, so that probably makes a little bit more sense. Just straight up for us, isn't it, John?
Yeah,
kind of ish. But yeah, Jesus. So, John, I'll let you cover this one if you want, mate.
Can you tell us about any of the future products coming out? I know some of the stuff's probably hidden behind that curtain, like you said, but is there anything you can tell us about that you got coming out?
Let me see. We have so many product ideas that we're working on. Some of them would actually reach the pipeline. Some of those would just stay on the drawing board. But we do play with prototypes and new ideas all the time. So, but talking about actual productions, I think there are going to be probably more parts for the Lowrider S. I won't tell you exactly what parts, but it'll be color matched for sure.
Nice.
And it'll make your ride looks a lot more amazing than stock for sure.
I did see some.
Like the Lowrider S, there's only like black and gunship gray, so it's easy,
pretty easy.
But it'll be like we'll make it look custom for sure.
I did see. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Holy Shift. Had one of your tour packs on the back of his Lowrider S actually.
Yeah, we
That's really good.
put a tour pack on his ride, and then we started offering the tour pack rack to mount our tour packs on a lot of different platforms, right? including Indian tourings. Then gonna be fun fairings, saddleback. Oh, we already have the saddlebacks is gonna come out for Lowrider S, and and also for soft tails. Other platforms like Heritage or Deluxe, we're trying to make it more touring-ish. So that people with the soft tail, they want to ride a longer distance, they want bags and everything, and be able to blend into the touring guys. They can do that.
Yeah.
More parts are coming out for these platforms, I think.
What about a tour pack for a Sportster?
We may have to make a smaller size tour
Just a little one.
That'd be the size of a fucking briefcase.
And with the body parts, we probably have more lightings that are made to fit our bags, like this, maybe some tail lights for the saddlebags or something like that to just make the ride safer.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Like, we all know that, I don't know if you know this, Al, but in Canada, we have this horrific, on the back of the Road Glide and Street Glide, we have this horrendous, gigantic light that sits on the back of a Canadian version, whereas you don't get that in the States. And, and again, you spend $35,000 on a bike and it doesn't come with any LEDs whatsoever, apart from the main headlight. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, more lighting is definitely good, but we also try to design them in a way that it looks well, with the parts, and not try to make it too clunky. I don't like to have the bike that looks like a starship. At night on the freeway.
Starship Enterprise.
Yeah.
I have to say, mate, that Pro Fusion headlight that you sent over to me that is one brilliantly bright light, and it looks amazing as well. I love the way when you start the bike up, the little LEDs go all the way. It looks amazing. It really does. Really does.
Oh, that Road Glide Attack LED that he sent out, headlight, freaking lights the world up, man. That thing is bright as all. We did that comparison between my buddy's twin Road Glide, and it is, you could just see the night and day difference, man. You were like, holy crap, man, that thing lights it up.
Yeah. I really like that style. The Attack that
looks good too. Yeah,
it's not gonna come off anytime soon.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, once you put it on and you ride one time, you never go back.
No.
Is that a new saying? Is that a new saying? Once you've had Advan Black, you don't go back. Is that?
He has never heard that before, I'm sure.
Guaranteed.
Once you go Advan Black, you never go back. Yeah.
There you go. There's the new catchphrase, Al. Job's a good one.
I should change the slogan and put this on our website.
Oh,
and that'd be funny.
John just stole my question. That's my missus, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, John just stole my question. Well, let me just get on to the next one. Grant, do you want to play with this one?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, that's a good question. I think definitely we're going to be, it's already planned, by the way, going to be at Daytona Bike Week. And hopefully we'll be back for Sturgis. And I don't know, like, what do you guys, where do you guys want us to be?
So the Beard asked a question, and I got to ask the question because we have a hidden gem of a motorcycle rally out here on the East Coast called Ocean City Bike Week. And I mean, in comparison to Daytona or the bigger ones like Laconia or whatever, it's a little bit of a smaller scale, but it drawed last year about 160 to 175,000 bikes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so it's at a really cool location. Ocean City, Maryland's pretty cool because it's got like a whole strip. It's kind of like a mini Daytona on the East Coast. I mean, its own little inlet that has all the strips, bars, clubs. They draw a pretty decent concert set like Kid Rock and some of the bigger bands. I think Disturbed was there this year. So yeah, something like that. But that would be if you're in between rallies that maybe want to think of on the East Coast.
When is it gonna be?
That's September 5 through 8. It's like the first week right after Labor Day.
Okay.
Yep.
Something to think about. I mean, we still have time to plan for it.
Yeah.
I think for us, it's just it takes a lot of time out of our work to go. But eventually, we're thinking about expanding our team so that we have more people to be at different rallies and get to meet a lot of our customers. So that's the plan for next year.
That's it, man. There's that many bloody rallies going on. I mean, especially in the States, there's that many rallies going on. How can you be at every single one, all the time?
Yeah, you got to plan out a year out, probably, right?
Yeah.
We definitely want to start showing up more. We started, I think, showing up I think our first rally was in Arizona Bike Week. That was our first in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And then COVID hit, and then we stopped, going, and among all these KLs, and we started going back again this year. Went to Daytona Bike Week in Sturgis and kind of get our feet wet again with the rallies, and and next year I think probably if we can go a few more, that would be definitely a good thing. So let us know.
Yeah, and don't forget you got Laconia's 100th anniversary as well.
Shut up.
Jesus. So let's talk about Sturgis. Obviously, we met you down there. We had a great time. That the sort of half a day we spent watching, Pro Monkey and Steve rip apart that bike and completely do a color change on it. Like you said before, that's a whole new thing that you're doing now. So how was it? How successful was that trip? Or was it absolutely worth being there? Or
well, I mean, we can't really gauge how successful because but we definitely had fun. We got to engage.
We all did.
We got to engage with people, and it's a great thing that actually be with Steven and Monkey at the same place because we talk a lot, and they both have their own channel and they're busy doing their own things. And being able to meet with them and actually spend a couple of days together and chat a lot about the color swap and things that we can do together, and just bike things in general. It's fun. It's great. It's a great experience. It just makes it all worth it, I think. And I think I don't know if anybody else has done it before, doing a whole color swap at the demo at the rally. I
can't think of anybody that has actually offers that service. I don't think there is anybody that offers that service, to be fair.
And and did it live and with our own products too. So I think that's the first, but that is pretty fun. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing.
That was awesome, and you were ideally placed at Black Hills as well. At Black Hills Harley Davidson, you were ideally placed.
That place is pretty badass.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and well, we met you guys there too. So it's pretty awesome.
We did.
A great time.
Sturgis, I think before Sturgis, I was only talking to Steve. Right? I didn't know John and Greg back then. I was talking to Steve, and he was in Canada. And when he told me that it was going to be Sturgis, I was like, nah, he's not going to show up.
Yeah.
And then one day he was standing there. I was like, Ellen, I'm here. So I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah, who's this geezer?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really surprised. I would be really surprised that, if one day he shows up at my office.
Oh, mate, one day. Hey, listen, the Pacific Coast Highway is on my list.
I wouldn't be shocked at all, Alan. I wouldn't be shocked.
So this is the kind of thing that you only get from going to rallies. It's get surprises. You meet the people that you didn't meet before, and of course, I got stood up by a few people, but it's okay.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, well, mate, I wish we could have actually just, went out and had a few beers, properly down Main Street. That would have been. I know we did a couple of beers that night.
Next time I'll be staying for a longer time so that we can
yeah. It's a short time frame. It's a lot to do in a short time frame, mate. Especially when you're only there for 2 days. You've got to fly in and out as well. It's a lot going on.
Well, you may be thinking that I go there and I'm partying, drinking, and writing, and all these. I'm working, man. I'm at the book, every single day. So
you're probably, by the end of the day, you're pretty exhausted and got to turn around and do it all over again next day.
Yeah. So if I'm there for 5 more days, I'm gonna be 5 more days at the booth.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I'm just joking, but jokes aside, I definitely think that I should take 2 days, set 2 days aside just to kind of ride and try to get a better feel for the rally.
That's it, mate. If you're going down there and you ride a bike, you've got to at least experience it while you're down there. A couple of times.
I mean
absolutely
that is priceless doing that.
Yeah. The only thing I wish I did that I didn't do was actually ride to a few places like the Mount Rushmore. I did drive up there, but it'd be much nicer if I could ride there.
Yeah. Well, you could always watch the Coalition Crew Sturgis video if you want, mate. I can send you the link for that if you like.
Yes, you find the videos. By the way, I mean, for some people who haven't watched our live demo, color swap demo at the Sturgis, you can go to our channel, Advan Black channel. The video is still up there.
That's a good point. You do have a YouTube channel, Al, don't you? You've got an Advan Black YouTube channel.
You got to throw that link up there, Stevie.
Yeah, I will put that link right in right now. I do have the link to the actual website as well, so I will fling that in. It's not hard to get to Advan Black's website. It is advanblack.com.
Yeah.
I will put that on the side right now, actually. And for those of you guys who listen to on the podcast, because I will be turning this into a podcast, Al, and it'll be available on Apple and Spotify and everything like that. So if you guys are watching this later or listening to this later, should I say, on podcast, it is advanblack.com for all of these awesome products.
Yeah.
There you go.
John,
are you sleeping? Have you been drinking too much?
Go.
So I know you and I have talked about this offline too, about clothing lines and merchandise lines, and is there anything coming out?
Oh yes, right here. So we did recently created a design. We work with let me show you. We work with a really reputable designer in the industry for Harley.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Nice.
Who created this nice logo for us. And if you look closely, it's actually a rear end with all our products.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So we created this logo and we put it on a shirt, and we plan.
Yeah, I dig that, man. I dig that.
We plan to kickstart our clothing line, and the reason behind this is we want to create interesting logos that represent our brand and our vision onto our merch, and so that more people can join us.
It's awesome. Looks great.
By the way, I brought a few to the channel to give away to our audience. So whoever is watching,
should we do a question or something for them to, or the first person to I don't know, maybe go and comment on a video?
You know what? I think if you maybe do it this way, right? Leave a comment here.
Do a number or something.
Say I want an Advan Black t-shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
And
easy as that.
I'll let Steve pick 5 guys and to give away.
All right, there you go. You've heard it. The first 5 guys to type in "I want an Advan Black t-shirt" in the side chat will get an Advan Black t-shirt. Go.
So yeah,
first 5.
I'll give away 5, so Steve can pick his winners.
Legend. You are a legend, Al. Thank you very much, mate. So let's go. Who's going to be the first one? Who's going to be the first one to say it? Ooh. Everyone's busy typing because it's so long. I want an Advan Black t-shirt. Everybody is you can't win one.
I was just trying to get it started for y'all.
Yeah, it's coming.
There we go. Look. Oh, Windroad. Windroad Therapy.
Bam.
Dead Note. Marine Rider.
All right. I'll give them some time to type. I'm gonna have to take a bathroom break. I'll be back. Okay.
No worries, Al. No worries.
All right.
We'll be here, mate. We're not going anywhere. So there we go. So Des. Well, Dead Note, you got one. Des, you got one. So that's 2.
Yeah.
Marine.
No. I was just trying to kick it off for you, buddy.
Nomad Matt. That's 3. V2M Podcast. That's 4. And Roadie Riders. That's 5. Guys, you've just won an Advan Black t-shirt. And it is awesome. I can vouch for it. So do me a favor on Instagram. Message me, please, those 5 guys. And then message me your sort of mailing address. And I'll pass it on to Alan.
Perfect.
Legend. He's a good guy. He's giving away 5 t-shirts. Look at that.
Yeah. New merch, man. New merch on the site.
Yeah, there we go. Miss Advan Black says, "Who's picking?" Well, I'll said the first 5, so we're in. My missus says, "I want an Advan Black hoodie. It's cold in Canada."
Yeah, that's for sure.
It is. Yeah, you can wear mine if you want. I don't have one. You can wear,
mine steals all of mine anyway.
Oh, there we go. Look. She says we are working on them. Happy days. Hoodies would be cool as well. Hoodies.
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves a good hoodie. Everybody loves a good hoodie.
Yeah.
Jesus. So just so everyone knows on the side, obviously we've only got like maybe 1 or 2 questions more for Al. Actually, in fact, that's it. The merch question was it. Unless you 2 guys have got anything you want to add to this, guys, then we can either open up the floor, and if Al's got time to stay on, we can open up the floor for a little bit.
Yeah, let's open up the floor, man. I got nothing else.
Sweet. John, you got anything?
Nope. No, we'll wait for Al to get back, and then we'll...
Okay, mate. Right. So what I will do then, guys, I will drop the link into the side chat. So if you guys want to come in and just, if you want to talk to Al as well, ask him any questions, and please pop in. If you do have questions, then I will drop the link in the side chat right now. You need to give her one of yours. That is the Canuck way. Mrs. gets cold and takes our goods. He's dead, Rob, man. Jesus. But yeah, we're going to open up the floor, guys. Obviously, we've been going for 1 hour and 8 minutes. So if you want to come in, then come in. As long as Al's got time to join us, he's going to stay on. He will obviously have to shoot off eventually, but yeah. Want to come in? Just even if you don't want to come in and talk to Al, ask him a few questions and come in and have a drink. There he is. No worries, man. Al, so what I've done, mate, I've opened up the floor. We've opened up the floor to everybody in the side chat to see if they want to come in and ask you a few questions off the cuff, mate, if that's okay. And come in and join us.
So who won?
So we're gonna go up to the top there. So the first 5 people to type in. First was Windroad Therapy. Des. She's from the States. Next one was Dead Note from Atlantic Canada. So shipping on that's going to be a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, you're just on the East Coast, right? Not terrible.
So how do we do this? Like email Steve and
yeah. So what I've said, mate, is if just send me their addresses and I'll then fire them over to you, mate, via email or something. If that's cool. It's probably easier, I suppose, isn't it? Nomad Matt won, and V2N Podcast won, and Roadie Riders was the last guy to get in. So there's your 5, mate.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate you guys being here.
No, mate, we appreciate you being on the show. We really do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was great.
It's my pleasure.
Really good. Miss Advan Black says, Julie, have hubby email now in a month or so, and we'll send you one. Woo! You missed it. Oh, my missus was asking, do you do hoodies? Have you got hoodies on the roll?
So let me ask my questions.
Well, yeah, questions.
I don't know.
about that.
Have
Go.
you guys done any live sessions before? All three of you guys?
What, like this?
Like this, yeah.
Yeah, we've done it. We've done it. Jesus.
Yeah,
I mean, we've done it a lot.
Okay, so sorry if you guys already talked about this. Like, how do you guys like know each other?
So, John, do you want to do it?
Yeah, sure. So I started obviously looking on YouTube. Actually, your product came across Steve and Stevie, and started to follow them. We just connected. We met on a military charity ride thing, and hooked up that way. And then ventured down to Sturgis, and we've been buddies ever since.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah,
it's amazing how the YouTube channels kind of help bring everybody together, right?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, like Stevie said, like we went down to Sturgis, the three of us, and it was like we'd known each other forever.
Nice.
Like it was just took off.
It's that military brotherhood, isn't it?
I like how you guys do the coalition thing, like just you guys represent like different military. You guys all have like come from a military background. And, you guys served your countries like previously in previous life, right? Now you guys come together and have a lot to share. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's what we like about. I'll just put it up in the background there. Look, you can see it, kind of see it, the coalition flag. But yeah, that's what we like about it, mate. With three different guys who've served for three different countries, but been fighting for the same cause for 25 years now. And that's what bonds us. And I say that in the video, in the Sturgis video. The one thing that bonds us all is the fact that we've got this military brotherhood, regardless of where we're from. We've all bonded, and it shows massively. Like John said there, we feel like we've known each other for years and years and years, but when in reality we haven't. So it's bizarre. I can give him shit, he can give me shit, Grant can give John shit, and it's just like we've known each other for 25 years, but it's weird.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think that's and now that we're brought together through writing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the common bond, right? The military, obviously, but what really brought us together is the motorcycle community, right? So,
and what is the bigger thing? Like the what do you enjoy the most from riding? Like obviously, it's fun to ride, but like besides getting on a bike, right? Like what other things that you enjoy from this passion that you don't get from doing anything else?
So you're talking about something outside of motorcycling?
Well, I mean, like I want to know like what gets you into riding. Like, what are you enjoying the most out of this passion?
I would say for me, and I may be able to speak for the other two, is we kind of deal with our demons from the military and what we dealt with over there. And for me, I can, the wife will look at me in the summer and she'll be like, "Hey, something's a little off with you today." She's like, "Why don't you go ride?" And I was like, "I don't want to." She's like, "No, go ride. You'll feel better. You'll come back. You'll be your head will be clear." And I was like, "You know what? You're right." So I get on a bike, I go ride. That wind therapy sets in, clear my mind. Don't think about anything. Just let it. Just kind of let it take its course while I'm out there riding. I come back 10 times better, ready to rock. And so that's what it is for me. I mean, that's the passion, and that I like riding with a group. I'd ride with a group, but sometimes just that individual therapy is enough.
Yeah,
it's a getaway. It's a getaway from everything. You're just you're by yourself, or even if you have somebody, but you're still by yourself. Like you're still. It's. I think Rody touched on this. It's just the freedom of being on the road and just no other worries behind you. You're just going, right. So that's what it is for me. Is the getaway for sure.
Yeah,
it's that openness as well, isn't it? It's that the ability to just get on your bike, and especially for me, being so close to the Rocky Mountains, that it's kind of like a secondary sort of help going into the Rockies for me is unbelievable. I love just riding 20 minutes. I'm in there. I'm surrounded by these gigantic mountains, this gorgeous scenery. And like John said, and like Grant said there, it sort of calms you down and takes away any issues that you've got going on at the time or whatever. It's like, this is amazing. It takes you to another planet, if that makes sense. not literally, obviously, because that would be weird and like very, very NASA-ish. But
yeah, I agree. To your point, I think like there's some magic with riding that you don't get from, let's say, driving. Like on the road, you're on the same road, but just the feeling that you're on a bike and being able to feel the wind and being able to maneuver freely on the road, and it's just something you don't get from doing anything else.
My mate down the bottom there, he's from the UK. That basically sums it up for me. I was in a Scottish regiment. I'm English, but I was in a Scottish regiment, so I'm a little confused. Al. That's the problem. I'm a little confused. Oh Jesus! What's Craig said? It's the only mode of transport that takes you beyond the journey. Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And reviews. Oh,
100%.
Cool. Nice.
Have you got any other questions, Al? You want to throw at us?
I get too many, but keep asking. It starts becoming personal.
That's all good, mate. I think, yeah, that's true. Jesus. Well, I don't know how long you want to hang around, mate. And I mean, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. But we're basically, I think we've asked our questions, so it's drink time. Nice. And just.
Oh yeah, I do want to have some do want to ask some questions to the audience. Like definitely, I think we do want to take more part in the motorcycle community, right? Like I want to ask for some ideas or suggestions, like what you guys want to see us doing or engaging in the future. Any good idea, like besides going to rallies, like what do you like to see us do in general?
There you go. Guys, leave your comments inside there.
Maybe we can start with you guys, and then we can see like what kind of comments are we getting. Like what do you want to see us do, like in maybe next year? What do you want to see like coming out of us?
I know the clothing line. I know we discussed that. Is there any future for riding gear, like gloves and stuff along them lines? I would think like gloves would be a good market for you guys to enter into. And
what about helmets?
Yeah, helmets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Helmets would be definitely helmets. Yeah, any riding gear. Yeah, rain gear with big Advan Black on the back.
New and different to Advan Black. I think helmet might actually make it to the pipeline.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
Interesting.
Behind that curtain, here we go.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly what she just said. Look, behind the scenes.
Yeah. So that, you probably see them sometime next year.
Oh, this is a good one. Color match helmets.
Color match. Oh, he got it. He just
boom.
Yeah, he just figured it out. Smart guy.
Oh. There you go.
Bam. Wow.
Yeah. Besides going more to rallies, I think like I don't want to give too much information now. I think this is early. I think we're gonna probably do some kind of like donations to support veteran cause.
Nice.
Nice.
Next year, do a little bit of that. And,
outstanding. That's great.
Yeah, definitely.
And I already know that you guys do a little bit of that as already. I know you guys do a little bit of that already.
Yeah, I think we want to give back, right? And I know a lot of our audience or customers, even riders in general, a lot of them actually came from the military, that served the country. So we want to appreciate that by engaging more in maybe through donation or other ways. So if there's any good ideas that you want us to take part in, just let us know. Any way we can support the community, let us know.
That's outstanding, man. That is. We just to let you know, we talked about this literally over the last couple of days, of stuff we can ask you. And that was one of the questions that potentially was going to come up with, what do you do for sort of, for the military and first responder sort of community. But I mean, you've just hit it nail on the head, mate, realistically.
Cool.
I
mean, if there's any like creative ways where we can help, I think something that we're interested in doing, I don't know, like maybe through, make donations through selling merchandise or anything like that, or some kind of event that we can organize or host.
What about, have you thought about veterans discount, Al, at all? Or you already do that at all? Or
yeah, we already do that.
They already do it. Yeah.
Laughing.
They already do it.
They already do it. There we go.
Yeah.
I think John, didn't you have some sort of idea or anything along the veteran lines?
We'll talk at that. I think I've already mentioned that to Alan once before. We'll in a chat, but it's
Okay.
I have lots of good ideas. It doesn't cost me a nickel, so
okay.
Yeah.
Just keep throwing the ideas at me. We'll figure it out, and then if it makes sense, we can do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I seen? Sorry, Grant, go on, mate.
So, just a thought is something like, like a patriotic whatever country, Marine Corps or a specific branch like Army, Marine Corps, Navy, colored match or not even color match, but whole new scheme for a bike.
Oh.
Man, I guarantee you, for me as a Marine, if you come out with some shit like that, I'd be inclined to check into that.
Absolutely, yeah.
A color swap bundle for military.
Yeah,
law
like something where you would have like for the Marine Corps would be like an Eagle, Globe, and Anchor type thing, or like for the Army logo, or Navy logo, or Air Force logo, or
even the logo like on the bag or something, right? Like just like a Marine logo inset into the color.
In there versus like a decal or something like that would be.
Yeah,
that would be a good idea, and then maybe like donate part of the sales to for the cause or something like that. Yeah, it might be a good idea.
Yeah, like a military line or a military scheme or something like that. Or
well, then we need some contribution from the community. Like anybody who can make good design, talk to us.
That'd be cool to have like a design contest or something like that, right?
Grant can use crayons. He's good with crayons.
I can use them, man. Yep.
No, I mean, honestly though, like if anybody has like some good like design skills, and maybe we can collab and create some special schemes for different branch or to support different causes. I think that is along the line of what we want to do. Like for color swap, right? We don't only have to do like factory colors. We can do any colors that we want.
Yeah.
So
that would be cool.
And then we're open to work with like talented designers in the industry, and whoever can offer a good design can work together and maybe do something to support the military or any charity cause.
Yeah,
that's outstanding.
Yeah. Just an idea. I mean,
yeah. Do you know what I seen the other day? I don't know if you've seen these, but I seen weird, maybe. You're the expert here, but I seen color matched mirrors the other day for the Harley and Indian, and it looked pretty good. At first, I was like, "Oh, wow. Color matched mirrors," but that might look a bit weird. But when I actually looked at it, I was like, "That's actually not that bad."
Yeah. We actually designed a new scheme, airbrush scheme, for a color swap bundle that is not out yet, but that's going to be out soon. So that is something that we designed. But I think it'll be much more interesting if we can collab with different designers who come up with like special designs for different segments. That would be pretty awesome.
That's a lot of writing. Jesus, what's she saying? I think it's a great idea. So many people wear their cuts and vests with pride and have to have that on their bike too. To ride with pride is an untouched market. Potentially, yeah, you're right.
1,000%. Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do something like having like designers who submit their design, then we can pick some and we can do a poll and have people vote for it, and then whoever gets the most popular votes, we can adopt it and make a design out of it.
That's a good idea. That is a good idea.
I'm gonna send you some shit there, Alan. I'm gonna send you some stuff.
Not with crayons though.
Not in crayons. No, not crayons.
No crayons. No crayons, man. I'll actually use Photoshop and send you a vector file, man.
Yeah, that works.
You've got Photoshop.
Holy
shit.
I do, buddy. I do. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well,
I've been tasked with the designer for my group, so I do that. I kind of play around with that a little bit. So I'll send you what I can.
Yeah, and
if it's shit, it's shit.
Before I forget, I want to make an open solicitation for talented product specialists or designers who want to join our team. And you think you have a passion for motorcycles and Harley motorcycles, whatnot, and you want to take parts in product designing. And you're welcome to join us. So just keep in touch with us.
That rules all those three out then.
Yeah.
If you want to start a career in bike aftermarket product designs, let us know. That's
outstanding. There you go. So let me ask you: have you got any plans to sort of? I know you're based out of the US, but for us Canadians. For us Canadians, paying the tax bill that the Canadian bloody taxman rapes us every time, it comes in from the States. Is there any plans to sort of expand into Canada at all? Have a hub in Canada?
I don't see why not. It's just that we want to maybe see a little bit more volume over there, I guess.
Yeah.
To make sense, because like if we actually have a facilities over there and we ship containers of parts over there, obviously we're gonna have to pay the tax, right, for them. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we actually are shipping those parts out and not paying all the tax for, so that they can sit there.
Right.
Yeah. This is it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm having the same thing, with my job that I do now is, you're bringing stuff in from the US. It's going to sit there potentially, and you've got to pay tax on it. Then
So if you guys want to work on the market over there and kind of help us branch out, then
absolutely, I'm game for that, mate.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm game.
One of our problems here in Canada is we don't have the rallies like you guys do down there to promote the products, right? So we have like bike shows and stuff like that, and a few smaller rallies, but we don't have a Sturgis or or any of those big names, right? So everything over here is word of mouth for sure. I think you're getting there. Like anybody who sees my bike is asking, like, where'd you get that fender at? Where'd you get this at? Where'd you get that at? Right. So
I mean, I had the owner of Calgary Harley Davidson when I went back a few weeks back. The owner of Calgary Harley Davidson actually came out the shop and he went, "Steve, where did you get that seat from?" And he was asking about the Cobra seat. And I was like, "What? Advan Black?" He went, "Who?" I said, "Advan Black." And I showed him the website and I was like, "Look, these guys." And he's like, "Wow." He said, "I've never seen these guys before." And I think, like John said, it's the word of mouth trying to spread the word about this. And he absolutely loved that seat. He's like, "Geez, that is one good looking seat, man." I was like, "Yeah, I know, man. And it's good for your ass as well."
Well, thank you so much, you guys. I think you guys did help a lot, trying to spread the word for us. Being riders and you actually use our products, that's a testimonial for us. That's a big thank to you guys. If you guys want to be at create or host your own rallies over there, we can talk about it too. And you can do a coalition cross Advan Black event or something like that.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
So, something that that's a lot of hard work, man. Hosting, being at the rally and
Absolutely.
But I think that's something that we can talk about, down the line. And, having people represent us in Canada is a big deal. I think, like, since we're so close together, and like you said, people don't want to pay taxes when they buy from us.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, John said that there's not many rallies in Canada. There isn't at all, mate. Most of the rallies, if not all,
we can start small, like maybe ship a bunch
well,
of
this
stuff
is it.
Store at your garages, and start shipping out from the garage and see how it works.
Most of the things that we go to, exactly. Most of the things that we go to, John will back me up on this, are the kind of like the poker runs, the open days. I mean, Calgary Harley Davidson opening day. They spend 2 days, a full weekend,
like an open house,
like an open house with a show outside. John Love at Edmonton. There's that many bloody places, and there's always something going on every weekend, but there's no rally going on, if that makes sense. So.
Yeah.
To have like I don't know, maybe like like a gazebo with Advan Black on, and just somebody there to say this is Advan Black, this is who we are, type of thing. This is I think would be worth its weight in gold. It really would.
Yeah,
potentially. Maybe even like just giving you guys some flags to take it with you to like places and just like say.
I mean, even at the local Harley that I work at, I mean, that would be. That would definitely get the name out here in the central Pennsylvania area. I mean, that would people start to see that product and that lineup and be like, oh wow, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Which Harley are you working at right now, Grant?
Appalachian Harley Davidson here in.
They're not our dealer yet.
No.
Come on, Grant. It's supposed to help us out.
I'm gonna help you out, man. I'll help you out.
I think a lot of people don't know that we do sell to Harley stores. We have about I don't know if I'm gonna piss them off. When I say this, just I don't like maybe a lot of some of them may
it's
not.
All good, Alex. It's just between us anyway. It's good.
I don't want to tell people that they actually sell ours. I don't know, but. We do have like about 200 stores that actually distribute for us.
Okay.
Oh wow! Jeez.
Yeah.
Mine is not one of them, but I can help you out with that.
Yeah,
Grant, man.
I got you. Got you, dude. Got you, dude.
Do you know what? That comes as a surprise to me actually, because I trying to break into that Harley Davidson market, as it were, like at Harley Davidson is just.
No, we're not their competitors. I mean, in a way we are, but we kind of work together because some parts that we make that they don't offer, and a lot of times.
Well, it's like you go on a Harley and they have like Clockworks already set up there. They have
they're venturing out.
Yeah.
Sometimes that we have the parking stock that they don't have. They have to wait for a few weeks, then they just order it from us. I mean,
all
kinds of reasons, right? But
I think in the grand scheme of things, it helps both of the business models out, right?
Well, they know the customer's going to venture out themselves, so.
Yeah, from time to time they call us and they're like, "You have this and that," and then they order a bunch of stuff from us. Maybe sometimes customers are asking, "Do you have Advan Black stuff?" So all kinds of reasons. We're getting more and more because I think they talk, right? It's also part of it is word of mouth. Like the stores talk to each other, and maybe they're like, "Oh, have you heard of Advan Black? Like I've been selling their stuff and it's working well," and then all of a sudden we get like a couple more stores that apply for it.
I have
3 dealers.
I have 3 dealers within 20-mile radius of me. 3.
Yeah, I'd be more than willing to go to the Calgary Harley Davidson and Red Deer and Edmonton.
Yeah, so just email me your pitch, and then I'll go to them and be like, hey, here's what he's got to offer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like I don't know, like we don't actively go out to like dealerships and say, hey, you know what, like we're Advan Black, like do you want to sell our parts? Like we don't do that. Like it never works.
Right.
Like I have one late law Harley dealership that's like a couple miles away from
yeah, he's a big dealer.
Yeah, Matt over there, like I go there. That's my store. That's the way I go, and I talk to them about our company and what we do, and just great things that we did in Sturgis, and it does nothing.
Yeah,
No, not interested.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not trying to sell them. I'm just like, to try and introduce myself and what we do, that kind of thing. And it never works because,
well, I work directly with the owner's wife teaching motorcycles. So
yeah, cool. No, I mean, like, they have to hear from a customer, like maybe a customer's bought from us and they go to the store and say like, oh, I'd rather put like Advan Black this on my bike, and they're like, okay, who's that? And then they look us up and they're like, okay, well, I'll order it and put it on your bike or something, right?
Yeah.
So that's usually how it goes. So yeah, I mean, like, over I think the past 2-3 years, like, we never actually like went into one store and try to sell to them. And usually they just send in application, and then we've I think we started from like 10, and then now it's grown to like 200.
Wow.
So what you're saying is, guys in my association, I just need to send them down to the store and be like, hey man, this part is amazing.
Yeah. That's probably how you approach it. Yeah.
That's the best thing, though. Word of mouth is you'd be surprised with word of mouth.
That referral type process. I mean,
yeah.
But I mean, like, nobody want to miss a sale, right? Like they go here,
right.
And like, okay, well, I want to put a tour pack, and then it's like $1,600, and if they carry our products, they'd be like, okay, well then what? Do you want to try Advan Black? It's like half price.
Yeah.
Something like that, So and then they'll be able to charge the labor and all that kind of stuff. So
$100 an hour,
just to offer more options for the customers.
Hey, Stevie, I know where the brains of your operation come from now, buddy.
Oh, what the missus?
Yeah.
I know, mate. I know. Let me ask you this: where did the name, or who come up with the name Advan Black, and what's the sort of backstory on the name?
That's an interesting question. I think the one of our founders, he came up with the name. The idea would be, I think it was a simple idea. It's just like advance, right? Like you're moving forward, think forward, you ride forward. And black is just, I think, is the most popular color. I think that's. I
was going to say it's got to have something to do with that.
That's the idea.
It's funny because Ray the World and I just asked the same question at the same time.
Black is like pretty neutral, right? Like it's the most popular color, and picking any other color wouldn't work, I think.
Well, would it sound a bit strange saying Advan Billiard Red, wouldn't it? Let's be honest.
Advan Red Line Red or something like that. But yeah, it's just a very simple idea.
Yeah, well, but it makes sense, mate. Hey, 50% of the Harley population is black, so
I think we've had people that come and ask like represent people in reference to that. We're like, no, we're not trying to representing any ethnic group, but it's just a color.
Yeah, exactly. There's no racism or racial anything. It's a color.
No, but we do have a lot of black customers. And,
people take things out of context these days.
That's the world we live in now, though. Let's be honest. That's the world we live in.
It's ridiculous.
But hey, you know what? We welcome everybody. Like I think that's the great part of riding. It's just like we unite with everybody who rides. And that's the thing. Doesn't matter who you are.
Exactly. That's the thing. And you see people say, "Oh, you ride a Harley. The only bike to ride is a Harley." Well, it doesn't matter to me, man. 2 wheels is 2 wheels.
Right. Doesn't matter. I don't think that way at all, man. You're in the community. We'll ride together. I don't give a shit if you're on a Grom, dude. Let's go ride.
Yeah. Well, come on.
Grom.
Hey,
we have to think twice.
Like, if the Grom could keep up.
No, not Grom.
Friggin' hell.
Well, it's good. I'm glad to hear you guys are actually like getting into the Harley stores, because here in Canada, for instance, if we want a bike part and we're not ordering it ourselves, we have to go to Harley. Like it's like there's nothing else up here to compete with. But I'll tell you, because most of the Harley stores in Canada, I'm not sure if any of them are carrying them at all. But the thing that the customer is going to miss is your customer service, right? They're not getting the same customer service at Harley as they're getting from Advan Black, right? So to me, that's a key part of your company is the customer service. And even I talked before, and I've talked to a few of the other guys, and if I ever had a problem at all, it's a phone call the next day. That part is like being fixed, told me what's wrong with it, like I'm getting help with it. You have like Steve and Stevie, and like you have all these guys with channels now putting your parts on bikes. It makes it so easy for a person to grab that piece and put it on the bike. So I think that's where your company far excels buying the Harley product too, which is good for cheap guys like me who don't want to pay Harley to put it on your bike, right? So
you just call yourself cheap driving around a brand new Jag.
Yeah, right. This guy is cheap. Okay.
I just think things that for regular people, right? Like most of us, we want to put the money on the trip. Like we go out, we ride on the gas, on trip, food, and do things that are fun time. And we don't want to put all of the money on the bike. I mean, like you want to look cool, right? You want to do things, but I think part of our mission is just to make it affordable for as many people as possible.
Yeah. And the fact that it's pretty much plug and play, like everything you guys put out there it's
so easy, so easy to put on. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely.
Charge full price. It is. That's the one that I've always been apprehensive. I mean, about putting stuff onto a $35,000 Harley. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to scratch the paint, or I don't want to. But your kit, man, is so well matched to the paint, and it's so easy. It's so easy to put on. It is. It makes everything so easy. You do, mate, and it really is, and it makes the bike look.
I mean that headlight was simplistic. I mean, it was like we turned that thing around in like 30 minutes, 20 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to mention that the color swap doesn't cost more than $4,000 to start. I think it's the basic one, the regular one with the Vivid Black is just a little bit over 3,000.
What, the complete color swap you're talking about? The complete everything.
Complete everything.
Wow.
Start with 3,000. Of course, if you want to add a tour pack and lower fairings and stuff like that, it'll be more.
Yeah.
But if you have a basic stock bike and you want to swap out everything that has a color on it, it starts at like $3,000.
That's crazy, mate.
So it's great for people. Like, let's say if you bought a used one, like let's say 2015, right? And the parts, the bike runs great, but the parts is probably like worn out. Got stretch in there, and it's color that you don't really want. $3,000 you get a 2022 color.
There you go, just like that on the screen. That's how easy it is. Look how easy that color changes. That's how easy it is.
And it just makes it so much easier to upgrade your bike without spending a lot of money. If you change your exhaust easily, like $1,500, your wheel is like $1,000, right? Easily, right? But with $3,000, you change the color of the whole bike. So, I mean, I think that's a lot of bang for the buck,
Absolutely. And you know what? It's unique. It is very unique. I don't think there's anybody else. We spoke about this before, but I don't think there's anybody else out there that offers that service.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there is.
You're basically getting a whole new bike with that, right? I mean, it's completely changed the scheme, man.
There's nothing that you cannot do in your garage with a few set of tools. You spend one Saturday. Of course, you gotta talk to your wife first because she cannot bother you for
if you could take
hours. But you take one weekend off to yourself, 6 hours, and you get a whole new color.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Like having a whole new bike there.
Yeah.
Stevie, would you stop putting the Batwing bikes up there?
It's all that matters.
Sorry. I'm just showing. I mean, shop by color. Look at this. You know, you can literally go onto the Advan Black website and literally shop by color. Man, look at all these colors. Look at them all. It's crazy, man. The amount of colors that you guys do.
You got to show it on a Road Glide, buddy. Road Glide only.
And it's
here we go.
It's getting longer.
Jeez.
My only problem with Advan Black and the company is I want it all. That's my only problem. I just want every time you come with a new piece, I'm like, okay, I gotta get that piece. It's like it's as crazy.
And this is what you were talking about before, Al, wasn't it? The in-stock stuff is literally in stock in California, can be sent out the very next day.
Yes.
So that's what I like about the website, because you can go on and pick it there and then, you know.
And then there's the dealer locator. If you click that, and then they're gonna be able to search our dealer, like 300 something, 400 dealers across the country.
Oh yeah.
Some of them are actually like out of country too, like in Europe or something.
Yeah. Gee, look at these! Look, holy shoot!
The dealers.
Wow. Holy crap, mate! And then hang on.
In Toronto.
Yeah.
Let's just bring this out. Look at that.
East Coast heavy.
Oh, we've got a few. Hey, have we got a few in Alberta? Let's have a look.
Which should I have?
You should stop by and say hi. See what they do actually.
So who's this? So you got one in Red Deer, one in, I'm guessing that's, I don't know, and a couple in Lethbridge actually. Let's see who this is. That is, whoa, hang on. Sandwich Cycles, spelt with an S. Strathmore. Oh, there you go. I never knew that. So you do have dealerships in Alberta or in Canada already. Oh.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, if you look at Europe, you probably find a few too.
Jeez, let's bring it out a little bit. Holy shit, man! Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Look at this. Europe. Nice. Wow. So you literally are global.
Yeah, but we're trying to like limit the number of dealers. Like if they're not really selling, then after a while we tell them, hey, you know what, like you're inactive for a while. We talk to them if they don't have any more activities, then maybe we put them in inactive so that so that will leave more room for the other ones that are actually
sure. That's interesting. I mean, to just go onto the map there and look for a dealer. There's 3 within a 4-hour ride for me and John. But I've never heard of those Sandwich Cycles guys. Maybe because it's spelled with an S. But
yeah. So I mean, like if you want somebody to help you, like with your build, and you have questions or want help with the orders, sometimes it's easier to just talk to a dealer.
Right there's the comment of the night.
Oh, that's the comment of the night right there.
Holy shit!
Really?
Yeah.
What you doing in Iraq?
He's what should we say? Contract work.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Holy shit, dude! Iraq. Wow. See, your product, you truly are global now.
Yeah, we try to be, but I think US is home, and this is where we are. We want to be part of it. Part of the country.
Wow. Well, mate, you're doing a fantastic job. I have to say, everything that I have from you is top-notch kit. It really is. It's color matched to perfection. I've had it on all season, last season, all of it, and I've got no chips. There's no issues with it. The seat, I've smashed out a road trip to Sturgis and probably at least 10,000 Ks on that seat, and it is comfortable. It really is. And the gel technology that's in that is really good. The backrest is phenomenal on the tour park. It's just It's just great kit, mate. It really is, and the guys they'll back me up. And like you said before, this you're not paying Harley Davidson prices, so there is other options out there. You don't have to go to Harley Davidson. You don't, because of companies like yourselves. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. And good thing is you can get our parts in your local Harley dealership too. So go in there and ask for it, and if they don't know, then hopefully the next day they'll know.
Well, I'm gonna go and ask Calgary Harley Davidson if they know.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I'm gonna ask the question.
Lastly,
tomorrow.
before we run out of time, so lastly, just want to show you guys what the T-shirt looks like.
Hang on, let me put you on big screen.
It's gonna be on the website. Pretty soon. I don't have the time yet, but probably before Christmas, and then it'll be on sale. So let us know too, like what kind of merch or clothing that you want to see.
Definitely hoodies, dude. Hoodies is the way to go.
Okay, hoodies, maybe a vest or a leather jacket, something fancy. Okay.
Hats are huge, man.
Yep.
In the biking world.
Yeah. Arseless chaps.
Aren't they all assholes?
I'd wear a set of Advan Black arseless chaps, that's for sure.
I think this is the first item that we try, and we'll see how it goes. And so if we get enough love, then more will be coming.
Oh, I'm sure you will, mate. Thank you for sending me one as well, mate. It is really comfortable shirt, actually. Really
it's cold right there, right? Like
it is, mate. That's why I've got the hoodie on, because it's fucking freezing. Excuse my F word.
Probably need to make some hoodies too.
It's ridiculously cold. It is. It's crazy cold.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so, thank you so much for having me here today.
No worries, mate.
Great joining you guys. Wish we can do more in the future. And it's nice to see your audience. You definitely are growing. Your channel, happy to see that. Proud of you, and keep up with the good work.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet tonight, actually, which is bizarre. Normally it's rammed, but I normally have lots of people on. But listen, I just want to personally thank you for everything that you've done for me, mate. That's for sure. And obviously, thank you very much for agreeing to come on and talk about Advan Black and how cool you guys are. And I can definitely vouch for your kit, mate. It is great. It really is. And I look forward to a long and prosperous, friendship with you, mate. And it's cool, man. It is good. It's good to see you on the show, mate. And awesome. I'm sure the guys would agree.
Yeah, it was great meeting you in person there, Alan. And I know we only had a small time together there in Sturgis, but it was a great time for all. And I appreciate you supporting my channel and supporting veterans, and I know you're moving in that direction more so, and I appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, it was awesome meeting you in Sturgis. You're a great guy. You're actually who you are. Like there's no change. So that was a cool thing to see. And keep pumping with the products, because everything that comes out of there that I have, 100%. Anybody that asks me, it's amazing, man. Every piece I've got from you. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll meet in person again. Not too long. Yep,
definitely. I'm going to ride down next week, so I'll be at the office next week.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, one day you show up and we be like, okay, well, let's go ride.
Let's go ride, man. Yeah, exactly. You need to show me the PCH.
Awesome.
Anyway. Well, mate, thank you very much. Really appreciate you coming on, mate. And obviously, thank you very much, guys, John, Grant, for joining me tonight, or joining us tonight, the Coalition live stream. And thank you very much to everybody in the live chat tonight, and everybody that's watching at home. Again, guys, go check out the Advan Black channel and the Advan Black website. I will leave the link to both of those in the the description of this video. And if you are watching this or listening to this on the podcast, make sure you go over to advanblack.com and check out their products. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on tonight, Al. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks,
all
right.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya. Good night, all. how do we do this? How do we end this and put the video on? I can't remember. 1 minute. Here we go. I'm going to end it with, as I always do, with this song by Julian Austin. It is all to do with PTSD and veterans, and he is a country singer from Canada, and it's called Unsung Heroes. Take it easy, stay safe wherever you are around the world, and remember, you'll never walk alone. Good night, everybody.
Good night, brother.
See you guys.
See ya.
As an infantryman, served in Bosnia, Iraq, and Afghanistan. He's seen some things nobody should ever see. He never came back when he came back from overseas. Yeah, a few months back he took his granddaddy's gun, threw it in his truck and went out for a run. Drove up Hilly Mountain to an old shine shack. That's the night he never came back. Yeah, there wasn't any flag draped coffin, no 21-gun salute. Just his mother and his brother there to bury him. Didn't even make the news. Another unsung hero who gave all for me and you. Spent 15 years with search and rescue. During that time she saved lives but lost some too. Then one day she just came undone and never got a chance to say goodbye to her loved ones. No one saw that it was going that way. When the medic showed up, it was just too late. She left a note, said sorry I had to go, but I gotta go try and save some ghosts. Yeah, there wasn't any mention of suicide. They just said she died suddenly. But now everyone knows she lost her war with PTSD. Yeah, another unsung hero who gave all for you and me. Gonna do what they do. Will it be me and you? It takes a special someone to walk that line, to walk that line. Yeah. His life as a first responder. He started as a field medic serving over yonder. He thinks about the ones that he couldn't save, and though he knows there's nothing that he could have done, it still haunts him today. Then one night he hit the bottle alone. Took a bottle of pills, thank God he picked up the phone. They found him time that just might help save you and me. Yeah. It's a monster you can't see, and it's a real bad